Let me say something that a lot of people are thinking, but not too many people are saying. Social media has a whole lot of people spending money they do not have, trying to live a life that they cannot afford. You open your phone just to scroll for a minute. Next thing you know, you've watched somebody's vacation to Tulum, somebody's luxury brunch, somebody's day in the life, where they're buying candles, skincare, coffee, and a $200 dinner. Like it's just a regular Tuesday. It was a regular Tuesday for them. After about 10 minutes of that, something starts happening in your head. Your normal life starts looking quite basic. Your apartment suddenly feels like it's a little too small. Your car feels like it's a little too old and raggedy. Your weekend plans feel boring. So what do people do? They start upgrading things that they never planned to upgrade. New outfits, random trips, expensive dinners, gadgets they did not even know existed yesterday. And the internet keeps whispering the same line. Girl, you deserve it. I swear that's how it sounds. Now listen to me like a big sis for a second. A lot of what you are looking at is not wealth. It is people financing a lifestyle that's not affordable, so it looks good on camera. Meanwhile, the person watching is the one draining their own bank account, trying to keep up with something that was never real to begin with. So today we're going to talk about what social media is actually doing to your money, why it is keeping so many people broke, and what you need to do if you want your finances back in control. And number 4 on this list is the truth. Before social media became part of everyday life, people compared themselves to the folks in the neighborhood, their co-workers, maybe a cousin who always had something new. The comparison pool was small, and I miss those days. Now you are comparing your real life to thousands of people every single day, many of whom are literally being paid to influence you to buy. That changes how people think about money. Instead of asking simple questions like, can I afford this, or do I actually need this? People start asking, why don't I have that yet? Or maybe I should upgrade too. The phone becomes a highlight channel for lifestyles that look normal online but are actually expensive to maintain in real life. And the longer you watch it, the more normal it starts to feel. Luxury becomes ordinary, constant spending becomes entertainment, and before long, people are making financial decisions based on what looks good online instead of what actually builds a solid financial life. So, number 1, recognize the highlight reel trap. The first thing you have to understand is that social media is not real life. It is a highlight reel. People show the best parts, the most exciting moments, and the things that get attention. They are not showing the credit card bill that came after the trip. They are not showing the monthly payment on that car. They are not showing the stress that comes from trying to keep that lifestyle going. But when you watch those clips over and over again, your brain starts treating that highlight reel like it's normal life. That is where the trouble starts. Suddenly, normal life feels like you are missing out on something. A regular dinner at home feels boring compared to somebody posting a steakhouse date night. Your perfectly good car feels old because somebody online just bought a brand new one and filmed the delivery and the walkthrough. But the truth is, a lot of those lifestyles are financed, and financing isn't affordable. They are built on debt, payments, and the need to keep posting bigger and better moments, so the attention keeps coming. So what looks like wealth on the screen is often just extreme overspending. And if you are not careful, you start copying the spending without realizing it. You upgrade things you were perfectly fine with a week ago. You book experiences that you never planned for. You start buying little lifestyle pieces that slowly add up. And that is the highlight reel trap. You are comparing your real financial life to somebody else's edited moments. And when you make spending decisions from that mindset, your money starts leaking out one small upgrade at a time. Number 2, stop letting algorithms decide your spending. The second thing you need to understand is that your social media feed is not random, it is designed. Every video you watch, every post you pause on, every product you click, tells the platform exactly what keeps your attention. And once the algorithm figures that out, it feeds you more of the same thing. So if you spend time watching luxury travel, designer hauls, home upgrades, beauty routines, or daily lifestyle content, The platform takes that as a signal. It starts filling your feed with more trips, more outfits, more restaurants, more must-have products, and more people living what looks like an upgraded life. Now think about what that does to your spending decisions. If you see something once, you might ignore it, right? But if you see it 10 times a day, suddenly it starts to feel normal. It starts to feel like something everybody has, right? And when something feels normal, people start convincing themselves that they should have it too. And that is not an accident. That is the algorithm doing exactly what it was built to do, which is keep you watching and keep you buying. That is why people end up spending money on things that they never planned for. They did not wake up thinking they needed a new skincare routine, a kitchen gadget, a weekend trip, or another outfit. I mean, I've never woken up thinking I need a new skincare routine today. The idea was planted after watching the same lifestyle show up in my feed over and over again. If you want to protect your money, you have to get honest about what you are feeding your mind every day. Because the more time you spend consuming content that revolves around spending, the easier it becomes for spending to start running your life. Number 3, replace "you deserve it" with a real money system. Here's one of the most expensive phrases on the internet. You deserve it. You hear that line under a shopping post, a vacation video, a restaurant review, and before you know it, people start using it to justify spending money that they never planned to spend. Now listen, wanting nice things is not the problem. Enjoying your money is not the problem. The problem is when spending becomes emotional instead of intentional. When every upgrade gets justified with an "I deserve it," the math completely stops mattering at that point. A real money system fixes that. Instead of deciding what to spend based on a feeling that you had while scrolling, you decide what happens with your money before the spending ever starts. Saving gets covered first, bills get handled, investing gets handled, the future version of you gets paid before the present version of you starts swiping a card. Once those things are handled, then you can spend what is left without wrecking your progress. That dinner out, that trip, that purchase is no longer competing with your future because the important things already got funded. Without a system, every spending decision becomes a debate. With a system, the decision is already made. That is the difference between somebody who looks like they're doing well online and somebody who is actually building financial strength in real life. Number 4, build a life that doesn't need to be posted. The last move is one a lot of people struggle with, and it is simple on the surface but powerful once you actually start doing it. You have to build a life that does not need an audience. Right now, a lot of people are making financial decisions with an imaginary camera in their head. They think about whether something will look good in a post, whether it will feel like an upgrade people will notice, or whether it matches the lifestyle that they see online. That mindset pushes people toward more spending, more upgrades, and more pressure on their neck to keep the lifestyle going. But the people who are actually building wealth are usually doing something very different. They're not performing their life, they are funding it. They are putting money into retirement accounts. They are building savings. They are paying down debt. They are making boring financial moves that will not get any likes, comments, or views. That is why real financial progress usually looks boring to the outside world. It does not come with a highlight reel. It comes from making the same smart decisions over and over, sending your money toward your future instead of toward every lifestyle upgrade that you see online. When you stop trying to make your life look impressive online, everything changes. You stop buying things just because they would look good in a post. You stop upgrading stuff that was already working, and suddenly the money that used to disappear on random purchases starts staying right where it should be. And listen to me on this. You do not need a life that looks good for the internet. You need a financial life that actually works when nobody's watching. Let's be honest about something for a minute. Social media did not create the broke epidemic by itself, but it absolutely poured gasoline on it, because it convinces regular people that the lifestyle they see online is normal when it is not. Most people watching those posts are working regular jobs, earning regular incomes, and trying to stretch their money across rent or mortgage, groceries, gas, insurance, and everything else that life requires. But the moment they open their phone, They are dropped into a world where everybody looks like they're on vacation, shopping, upgrading, or celebrating something. And if you see that long enough, you start to believe that you're behind. So people start making money decisions that are not rooted in reality. They start financing trips. They start putting dinners on credit cards. They start buying lifestyle upgrades that their income has not caught up to yet. And little by little, the gap between what they earn and what they spend keeps getting wider. Meanwhile, the internet keeps telling them the same message: live your best life, treat yourself, you only live once. But nobody is posting the bill that shows up later. Nobody is posting the credit card balance. Nobody is posting the stress that comes from realizing your paycheck is already spoken for before the month even gets going. The real truth is that wealth is usually built doing the opposite of what social media celebrates. It is built by people who make intentional decisions with their money, people who say no to upgrades they cannot afford, people who build savings before they build a lifestyle, people who choose long-term strength over short-term applause. That does not look impressive online, but it works. So let's connect what we just talked about. Social media trains people to compare their real life to someone else's highlight reel. Then the algorithm keeps feeding you the same lifestyle content until spending starts to feel normal. After that, the internet hands you the easiest justification in the world: you deserve it, babe. And before long, people are upgrading their lifestyle without ever upgrading their financial plan. That is how money slowly slips away. But the moment you see the pattern, you can break it. You stop measuring your life against edited moments online. You stop letting the algorithm decide what you should want next. And instead of reacting emotionally to every upgrade you see, you start running your money through a system that protects your future first. When you do that, things change. The noise from the internet stops controlling your spending and your money starts moving in a way that actually builds your life. Once you understand how the game works, you stop getting played by it. The internet will always be full of people showing the best 10 to 60 seconds of their day. That is not going to change. What can change is how you respond to it. The people who end up with real options later in life are not the ones chasing every upgrade they see online. They're the ones who built a system, followed it consistently, and kept their eyes on their own path instead of somebody else's highlight reel. If you want help getting that system started, you can always grab my free starter guide link below. It walks you through the first steps to take control of your money and start building something that actually works in real life. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like more content similar to this, check out this playlist. The goal here is simple: less noise, better decisions, and a financial life that works whether anyone is watching it or not. This is your money era, and we'll chat again on the next one.